Close your eyes and picture a flag. Any flag. What do you see? A rectangle. Almost certainly a rectangle. And that feels so obvious that nobody ever asks why. It's just how flags work, right? Except it isn't a law. It's an agreement. An unspoken rule that every country on Earth decided to follow. Every country. Except one. Nepal. The only country in the world with a non-rectangular national flag. And that shape, that strange double-pointed silhouette, isn't an accident. It's not laziness. It's not some quirky design choice nobody got around to fixing. It's a decision. One that's over 2,000 years old. So let's start with what you actually see. Nepal's flag is made of two triangles stacked on top of each other. The bottom one larger, the top one smaller. Together, they form this distinctive double peak, like two mountain summits side by side. Crimson red background, deep blue border, and two symbols. On the upper triangle, a stylized white moon. And here's the first thing that stops people when they really look at it. Why does the moon have teeth? Pointed edges? Isn't a crescent enough? The answer is in the Constitution. Article 8, Schedule 1. 8 rays visible out of 16. Imagine a complete lunar symbol, a full circular form with 16 pointed rays surrounding it. The flag only shows the upper half, so 8 remain visible. These aren't sun rays. They're a stylized lunar design rooted in older Hindu and South Asian ornamentation, where geometry, symmetry, and sacred numbers carried symbolic meaning. On the lower triangle, the sun, drawn with 12 pointed rays. The Constitution never explains why 12 specifically, but numbers like 8, 12, and 16 appear constantly in traditional South Asian symbolism, astronomy, and religious art. And together, the sun and moon carried an even older meaning, that Nepal would endure as long as the sun and moon exist in the sky. Nothing on this flag is random. Every line, every angle, every symbol was deliberately constructed, part geometry, part tradition, part mythology, and in some cases, still controversial today. To understand the shape, you need to go back to medieval Nepal. Not one country, but dozens of small kingdoms scattered across the Himalayas. Each of them had their own pennant, a triangular banner hung from a pole. This was the standard military format across South Asia for centuries. These triangular flags, called dvaja, can still be found outside Hindu temples today. In 1768, the king of Gorkha, Prithvi Narayan Shah, unified those scattered principalities into a single Nepal. And instead of erasing the old symbols, he merged them. Two pennants representing two branches of power, stacked one on top of the other. Geometry as diplomacy. And I mean that literally. That's exactly what happened. This shape survived for over 200 years. Then, in 1962, Nepal's new constitution didn't just recognize the flag, it dedicated an entire section to it, with a step-by-step geometric construction. 24 steps. Radii, perpendiculars, bisectors. Why? Because people kept drawing it wrong. And here's the detail that gets me every time. If you follow that construction exactly, the ratio of the flag's height to its width turns out to be an irrational number, like pi. You can't write it as a simple fraction. It never ends, never repeats. Nepal's flag is mathematically infinite. Now let's talk about what those two symbols actually represent and why historians don't fully agree. One historical interpretation links the moon at the top to the Shah dynasty, the royal family that unified Nepal. Cool, calm, like the Himalayas under snow. The sun at the bottom is sometimes linked to the Rana dynasty, aristocrats who served as hereditary prime ministers and held the real power from 1846 to 1951. 12 rays, fierce, relentless, 2 ruling powers, 2 symbols on the same flag. But here's where it gets interesting. Before 1962, both symbols had human faces, eyes, a nose, even a tilak, a sacred Hindu mark on the forehead. Who added them, and why? Historians disagree. One theory says it was the Rana ruler Jung Bahadur in the 19th century, essentially placing himself and the king onto the national symbol. Another says the face symbolism appeared even earlier, under one of the Shah kings themselves. Either way, in 1962, the faces were removed from the flag, officially to modernize the design. But read between the lines. Nepal was turning an old royal symbol into something cleaner, more geometric, and more modern. Interestingly, the faces didn't disappear everywhere in 1962. They remained on Nepal's royal coat of arms for decades. Only after the monarchy was abolished in 2008 did Nepal replace that royal emblem with a new republican one. So the faces vanished from the flag first, and from the state emblem much later. Now, my favorite part of this story, and it involves the Olympics. Olympic ceremonies are built around uniformity, same height, same display area, same clean rectangular system. But Nepal breaks that system. The official Rio 2016 Flags and Anthems Manual stated that, for the Games, all flags should be produced in a standardized rectangular shape with a 2:3 ratio, and then it added one exception: Nepal. So the IOC didn't ignore Nepal's unique shape. They knew exactly what it was. But the solution still looked awkward. Nepal's flag was placed inside a rectangular display area, with a large white field filling the empty space around it. To flag enthusiasts, that defeated the point. Vexillologist Anton Peel criticized the Rio approach in an open letter to the IOC. His argument wasn't just about Nepal. It was about forcing every flag into the same Olympic template, even when the real flags were never designed that way. Nepal simply made the problem impossible to ignore. By Tokyo 2020, the rule was written more clearly. All Olympic flags were still standardized in a 2:3 display system, but Nepal was named as the only exception. When flown horizontally, its height would match the other flags, but its length would be shorter. When flown vertically, its width would match the other flags, but its height would be shorter. In other words, the Olympics still needed order, but Nepal's flag finally got room to remain itself. May 28, 2008. Nepal's Constituent Assembly voted to abolish the monarchy. After 240 years of Shah dynasty rule, a republic. The last king, Gyanendra Shah, was given 2 weeks to vacate the palace. The palace became a museum, and immediately the question came up, do we change the flag? The Maoists, who'd won the most seats in the assembly, formally proposed a new rectangular design, no royal symbols. Their argument? The flag is built on the principles of monarchy. A republic needs a new symbol. But the majority pushed back. One lawmaker put it plainly: the meaning of these symbols is that the country will remain eternal as long as the sun and moon exist. We cannot build a new Nepal by changing the flag. The flag stayed. Same shape it's been for centuries. Same sun, same moon, with 8 rays visible out of 16. Nepal's flag has outlasted kingdoms, survived a republican revolution, held its ground against an Olympic rulebook, and resisted every proposal to make it look like everyone else. It is, in every sense, a collection of things Nepal decided not to do, and somehow, that makes it the most distinctive flag on Earth. The question I want to leave you with: is there something in your country's symbols that you'd never change, no matter what changed around it? Leave it in the comments. I genuinely want to know. Subscribe. There's a lot more where this came from.